Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. If you want to make something like this, or this with ice bear cards, then stay tuned. We're going to get into it. So the ice bear archetype is now a water sinker archetype. Originally though, it was mainly comprised of main deck floodgate monsters that work when they have other ice bears on the field. And they had powerful boss monsters back in the day that were synchros, however, they couldn't really consistently summon them. But now they can. So let's get into the combos. Alright, so before we do any other flashy combo, let's start off with basics. That being Mirror Mage. It's the only one card combo we have aside from the Exa, so let's get into it. So what we're going to do is normal summon Mirror Mage, then because it spells an attack, we're going to link off into Almirage, and because Mirror Mage was sent to the grave, it triggers to add an ice bear card from the deck or banishment. We'll be adding Freeze and Chain, which allows us to reborn an ice bear monster level 4 or lower. Activate it. Reborn the Mirror Mage. Now we're going to use Mirror Mage's effect on the field. We're going to tribute another effect monster to summon up to 3 tokens, and you'll increase his level by each token you summon. So now Mirror Mage is a level 5, and you're locked into water synchros. So the problem lies here. So because Ice Bear doesn't really have any, they don't have any level 8 sinkers at all, you're intended to summon generic water sinkers. However, we don't really have that many good level 8 water sinkers aside from Dragite. We don't have anything at all. So we're going to turn those two into Coral, and then Coral with the 2 tokens into Dragite. Coral is going to trigger to draw us 1. So seeing that they're in Chronicles, I'm expecting to get a level 8 water synchro. That's the priority at this point. We don't really need anything else because the deck is the most consistent water synchro deck that I've seen so far. Anyways, so let's get into the actual combos. Alright, so the first actual one would be Revealer with a discard. It's a 1.5 card combo. Majority of these combos in the deck are 1.5 card combos. So let's get into it. So we're gonna normal summon Revealer. Discard any card in the hand. That's what I love about it. You open the Molcharm, you can just discard it. It's fine. And I know you see the spice. We'll get into that. It's going to summon Exa. So Exa has the ability on the field to send a level 3 or lower Ice Bear monster from your deck to the graveyard and then copy its level. Also, when you have another Ice Bear monster, it makes your opponent's attack and defense down by 500. And for Revealer, whenever you control another Ice Bear monster, your opponent cannot tribute summon, I should say. So it works really well against birds. I'm going to use X's effect, send Mirror Mage. This is the usual route. Mirror Mage's effect. We're going to add the Speaker's effect to summon because you have an Ice Bear monster. Then we're going to use Speaker and Revealer to summon Coral. Coral to reborn the Mirror Mage. Before we do anything else, we're going to use Speaker's effect, banish itself because you have an Ice Bear monster, to summon a token. A Water Aqua Ice Bear token. So we're going to use the token and Coral to make or Neptulus. Now we can use the Mirror Mage's effect, tribute the Hexa, to summon 3 tokens. And that will trigger the Neptulus to add us one of our Abyss Scales. And seeing that you can add from the grave, you wouldn't mind adding back the Mizuchi. However, it will be summoning Dragite, so we do need a monster negate. So you could put the Mizuchi in the side and then main deck the monster negate. So we're gonna add the monster negate one. Gonna make Coral. Then Coral into Dragite. Then we're gonna get a draw from Coral, replenishing the discard that we did. And to end our turn, we'll go equip to the Neptulus. So paired with the other combos, you can make a really good board right here. So you'd have Neptulus. Whenever a water monster is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can pretty much equip one of your Abyss Scales from the deck or graveyard to himself. This one negates a monster effect resolution on the field. The Mizuchi negates spells, and you have the next one that negates trap. So if you're afraid of Dark Will No More, then you equip the Mizuchi. But we do have a combo that locks spells. So let's say you have something like an Adrian in hand, then you discard the water monster to summon Adrian in a token, and you can make Lancia. So the full potential of this combo would be Neptabis with the negate, Dragite for spell or trap card negate, and Lancia to summon your floodgates. Also, if you made it this far in the video, remember you can leave a like, that would be appreciated. And if you want to see more videos from me, you can check out the channel. And then if you want to see more videos from me in the future, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification, and you'll be notified whenever I make any new posts or videos. I always do. Let's get into the next one. Before we go into like the best combo overall, let's see what you can do with Swap Frog, because we do play Swap Frog. You have the option to play either Swap Frog or First Penguin. In my opinion, Swap Frog is a bit better because Swap Frog can summon if you have a monster or not, and it can be summoned up to 2 or more times. You just need the cards to send from the hand to summon it. So you just need a water to send to summon Swap Frog, and it gets you directly into your Mirror Mage. So you go swap, send in a water, doesn't activate from itself, swaps effect to dump. We dump the Mirror Mage, Mirror Mage's effect. Add in as Revealer. You can add the Freezing Chains if you already have Revealer, and what that really would do is that it'll make you be able to make Toad before your third summon. So now we summon Revealer, use our effect to discard a card to summon the Georgius, because Revealer summons a Ice Bearer tuner from the deck, and then it locks you into water. So now Georgius effect, once it's summoned, it can special summon a level 5 or lower Ice Bear monster from the hand or graveyard. We're going to reborn the Mirror Mage. Right here, we can make the Toad. So we're going to make the Toad. Now we can make Lancia. So this is usually the board that you would make when Bahamut Shark was legal. So you'd go normal summon the Revealer, discard, to summon Exa, dump in, and then, you know, you'll add the speaker, summon make Bahamut, summon Toad. Now you have another way to do it before your 5th summon. Alright, so for the final combo, this is the aim of the deck, and this will stop up to 80% of the decks in the format, because almost every deck relies on using spells, and this makes it that none of you guys can use spells. And once they special summon a monster, then you'll summon an adequate floodgate for the deck that you're playing against. So we go Revealer, use its effect. We're going to summon Exa, Exa's effect, send in the Mirror Mage, Mirror Mage's effect. This time we'll be adding Winds over the Ice Bearer. Now we're going to go into Coral, Coral Reborn. Then we're going to use Mirror Mage's effect to summon 3 tokens. Now it's a level 5. So we're going to use Winds over the Ice Bearers, distributing 2 of those tokens to summon the Speaker and the Spellbreaker. So now we can turn our level 5 Mirror Mage into Coral with the level 1 token. Now we can turn the Coral and the Speaker into Lancia. And what we have here is Lancia and Spellbreaker, which is going to use its effect to send an Ice Bear monster from the hand to make neither player can activate spells until the end of your next turn. So we don't have an Ice Bear monster in the hand. However, Revealer has an hidden ability while she's in the grave. If you were to discard a card for an Ice Bear monster's effect, you can banish it from the grave instead. Coral's going to give us a draw. Then we're going to go Spellbreaker, banishing the Revealer, and now we're pretty much locked out of spells. It's not a problem for us because we don't really plan to use any spells. So no spells. Lancia is going to summon an appropriate floodgate once they special summon, and you have 4 cards in the hand. Because remember, you normal summon Revealer, discard 1, so you're now on 3, and then you drew 1, so you're back at 4. Those could be anything, those could be extenders, those could be hand traps. Now into the deck list. So as you can see, the main starters are down at the bottom right. We have Mirror Mage, Revealer, Medallion of the Ice Bearers, Exa, and Swap Frog. So these are the cards that you really want to see. They're all being played at 3. So you potentially have about 12 starters. However, you do have cards that can give you the Lancia, like the Adrian. So if you put that up, you'll say you'd have 15 starters. So for the rest of the deck, you have 2 Georgias. I was playing 3 at one point. However, it doesn't really do anything if you draw it alone. So might as well you play that 2. You can play that 1. That's for sure. We have the General Raiho. It's our main floodgate. Whenever your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, they have to discard a card or they negate it. It's pretty much like Murakumo. It's the original Murakumo. However, it doesn't activate. So yeah, we have General Wayne, where once it's on the field, if your opponents activate a spell or trap card, instead of it going to the graveyard, it's banished instead. So if you're playing against something like Sky Strikers and you didn't put up the spell like lock, then if you have this on the field, then they won't have any spells in the grave to make up that 3 spell count. So you can keep that in mind. The other floodgate, oh, I forgot to mention, Georgios is also a floodgate. Once it's on the field with another Ice Bear monster, your opponents can activate monster effects in the grave. I did mention Revealer. I didn't mention Speaker though. So Speaker makes it that opponent monsters in defense cannot change their battle position. And that's pretty much it for the floodgates. Medallion, the only thing it does is adds an Ice Bear monster from the deck to the hand. It's not once per turn, so opening 2 is completely fine. Wins, you saw it in action. Chains, it reborns. However, it has an hidden effect. If you have 3 or more Ice Bear monsters, all Ice Bear monsters you control are unaffected by Extra Light Monsters effect. And the thing that makes me really love this deck is the fact that you can play one of the most powerful Dominus cards, and that's Impulse. As for the Extra Deck, as I said, we're pretty much working with a limited amount of water monsters because we don't really have that many good water synchros. As soon as we do, then it'll quickly find itself here. And I did mention before that you don't have to main deck the Mizuchi because you do have like spell locks and spell negates, so you can main deck the monster negate 1 or the trap negate 1. If you want to splash this into other decks, then the main things that you would be playing would be the Raiho, the Georgios, and probably the Mirror Mage. To be honest, you don't really need all of this, but if you're playing pure Ice Bearers, then this is pretty much what you'll be playing. So that'll be it for the video today, guys. If you want to see more videos, as I said before, you can check out the channel. But I'm pretty sure YouTube will be recommending a video here for you, and I'll be recommending a show or a playlist right below it. All right, I'll see you guys next time.